Hello everyone, welcome to my bold and beautiful Gossip Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy takes steps to take children and join Thomas in Paris responds to Sheila's rebound. The Strong and the Wonderful uncovered that Elder Sharp is driving the charge with regards to the Sheila Carter secret that is in progress. Minister is declining to pay attention to every one of the doubters and paying attention to his gut feelings since he can recount there's more going on behind the scenes. Because of the 10 toes Minister found in the crematorium, he got a gigantic admonition sign that something wasn't correct. Minister additionally tracked down the texts among Sheila and Sugar, so he's been gathering pieces of information and declining to stop his quest for reality. Obviously, BNB say Lauren Fenmore Baldwin's sugar data will be critical for Elder, who'll respond to the copy news by plunging considerably more profound into his examination. Taking into account how much exertion Elder is placing into this, we ought to feel free to begin getting ready for Sheila's enormous rebound. What happens once Sheila at last revisitations of the material? Since Sheila is plainly Sugar's casualty in this entire situation, that could reinforce the association John Finnegan is as of now feeling for his introduction to the world mother. You can wager Minister will urge Finn to really embrace this additional opportunity and acknowledge Sheila into his life. After nearly losing Sheila always, Finn could unquestionably re-examine whether he can truly continue to close her out as he did previously. Obviously, Steffy Forrester will be irate once she gets refreshes on the way that Minister was correct that Sheila isn't long gone like every other person recently thought. Steffy will not respond well on the off chance that Finn hooks onto his bond with Sheila and makes the way for more difficulty for their loved ones. Finn might shield Sheila, particularly in the event that it turns out she's been kept locked down and gets saved after so much time. This could turn into a genuine disputed matter for Steffy and Finn, so might it at any point prompt Steffy conveying a significant danger? Steffy took the children abroad the last time she felt like Sheila was an over-the-top risk, so she could take steps to rehash it. That is particularly obvious since Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and Douglas Forrester are living in Paris. It's not difficult to envision Steffy demanding she will take Hayes Forrester Finnegan and Kelly Spencer to Paris too. That could unquestionably occur assuming Finn turns out to be excessively steady of Sheila and appears to be more ready to frame a veritable connection with her. Our expectations hint that Steffy will fly off the handle over Sheila's return, so her outrageous response could entangle things for Finn. The striking and the delightful say Finn might confront Steffy's final proposal not too far off, so remain tuned. Finn joins Sheila search Brooke safeguards Luna Elder barbecues observer. The intense and the delightful uncover that Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, will stay as optimistic as possible and plan for absolutely terrible. Luna will advise Poppy Nozawa that RJ Forrester needs time to conclude whether they'll have the option to figure out things. Despite the fact that Poppy will trust RJ comes around soon, Luna will stress this is the start of the end. Now that there's such a lot of profound distance between them, Luna can feel like RJ may not move beyond what occurred with Zend Forrester Dominguez. When RJ refreshes Brooke on Luna unintentionally popping her mother's unique mints and arriving in bed with Zend, she'll promptly accuse Poppy rather than Luna. Brooke will push RJ to pardon Luna right away or maybe contend essentially nothing remains to be excused her for. Luna wasn't sane that evening, so Brooke will help RJ to remember that. Eventually, Brooke will have a sincere discussion with Luna and deal compassion toward what she's experienced. Luna will value having Brooke in her corner and will trust that RJ's mother can assist with persuading him to push ahead with her. Other BNB say John Finnegan will begin to truly consider whether Minister Sharp could have the right thought regarding Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. Minister will remain by his cases about the 10 toes he saw and update Finn on the report about Sugar, Kimberlyn Brown, who was indistinguishable from Sheila and for sure had those 10 toes. When Finn figures out what Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, needed to say, he'll collaborate with Elder as they attempt to reveal more responses. Obviously, Steffy Forrester will keep on behaving like Minister is being crazy, particularly since she will not understand Sheila has a carbon copy from Los Angeles who must have had her spot for that Precipice House confrontation. With respect to Elder and Finn, they'll wind up scrutinizing a destitute person named Tom. When Elder shows off Sheila's photograph on his telephone, he'll push Tom to concede he perceives her. Tom ought to be behind a few stunning disclosures as the show pours out over into the April 29th episode, which ought to give Minister much more evidence that his dearest Sheila is as yet alive. After Finn and Minister accumulate intel from Tom, can they utilize their signs to find Sheila? Minister and Finn will basically be creeping nearer, so Finn should impart every one of the furthest down the line improvements to Steffy eventually. Steffy might attempt to continue to deny this right away, however she'll ultimately need to acknowledge that Sugar was the one she brought down, not the genuine Sheila Carter. With respect to where Sheila is currently, it appears to be probable she's caught in bondage someplace. Sugar might have had an associate, so that will be something different for Finn and Minister to figure out. The striking and the wonderful spoilers expressed the following 14 days will be loaded with energy, so stay with us for additional expectations on all the Sheila confusion. The striking and the wonderful B&B spoilers uncover that questions have surfaced about Sugar, Kimberlyn Brown, now that Minister Sharp, Sean Cannon, has found the peculiar instant messages she imparted to Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. Clearly Sheila was irate about the communication since she cautioned Sugar to avoid her. Sugar demanded she was coming for Sheila in any case, so it appears as though she actually had a grievance. Sheila tricked Sugar into having plastic medical procedure to turn into a Sheila twin quite a long time ago, so that is a valid justification to hold resentment. Sugar additionally wound up in jail in view of Sheila, so she plainly hadn't disregarded their set of experiences when she connected. Obviously Sugar was out for vengeance over all the ill will. It fits with Sugar's past activities since this isn't the initial time she's looked for retaliation. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, ought to give Elder some stunning Sugar subtleties once she shows up again during the 7-day stretch of April 15th to 19th. Notwithstanding, we need to zero in on Sugar's most recent arrangement since she clearly had one at the Bluff House that game-changing evening. What precisely was Sugar attempting to achieve? Now that we realized Sugar came after Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, it makes this considerably seriously fascinating. Taking into account the way that Sugar closely resembled Sheila, she likely wanted to take Steffy out and abandon some implicating proof. Sugar must have realized Sheila would be the top suspect at any rate, so it could not have possibly been difficult to position her to accept any consequence. At the end of the day, Sugar probably needed to approach Sheila for Steffy's lethal result and put her in jail. As a little something extra, it would totally destroy any expectation Sheila might have had for having a relationship with John Finnegan, leather expert Novlin. The possibility of Sheila being secured for a wrongdoing she didn't perpetrate and completely detested by her child might have been the ideal vengeance, taking everything into account. The strong and the wonderful spoilers say Sheila will ideally get the assistance she really wants assuming she's caught in bondage presently, so remain tuned for refreshes on all the wild news that is coming up. It seems to be an interesting week ahead with Luna telling the truth about those accursed exceptional mints. RJ's response is one of shock and afterward he goes to Forrester where he defies his cousin for laying down with his sweetheart while she was impaired. In the meantime, however, Minister tells Lauren that Sheila should be alive, she would rather not find out about it. She should shift her perspective, however Lauren doesn't appear to be on Sheila's radar nowadays.